Sam with two M's, and welcome to another MYXclusive interview. For today, I have with me a rising hip hop artist here to talk about how he's been, his music, and everything in between. Everyone, please welcome Nobrvnd.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Brandon. For everyone who
Hello.
doesn't know,
Yes.
Nobrvnd's real name or first name is Brandon. So, how have you been? How's life?
Well, it's doing great. It's going steady for now.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I feel like we all aim for steady, diba? Despite
Yes.
everything that's been happening. But we're curious to know, what have you been up to these days? Aside from music, of course, since we know you've been working very hard on your music. But aside from that, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been just talking to friends, still
Mhm.
producing some music and
Mhm.
sometimes playing games and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's a balance of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, if these are the things that keep you sane throughout, life, then it's good that you're doing all of those things. But we're very,
It
very
keeps me
happy.
busy.
Yeah, exactly, diba? Na, you get distracted from a lot of the things that's been happening around the
Yes.
world. But we did just start a new year, so happy New Year to you. Although it is
Oh,
already
thanks.
February,
Happy New
happy New
Year.
Year. With a new year, diba? Every time there's a new year, there are always new opportunities, a new journey for everyone, or like we like to think that way. So for this year, do you have any kind of goals that you want to achieve for yourself in personally, but also in music?
Well, um, for my music, I think I
Mhm.
want to release a full body of work,
Mhm.
like maybe an album for this
Yeah.
year, I guess.
Ooh.
And of course produce more music, and I want to collab with other artists
Mhm.
from the Philippines or maybe outside the Philippines. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's
I
see.
mean, yeah, it's always good to aim big, diba? You always have
Yeah.
to just put it out into the universe, and you never know, it could actually really happen. But let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk about how you actually started making music in the first place. I saw that when I was doing my research, I saw that you're actually in bands before
Whoa.
you
Yeah.
actually became No Brand. So could you tell us more about that? And I heard you were like in a like not the one hardcore, like post-hardcore kind of band, and then like indie pop or something. So could you tell us more about this journey that you had with music?
Well, beginning back in maybe 2013, around 2013, I was in college. I was doing hardcore stuff like rock
Mhm.
and metal.
Yeah.
I was in that kind of scene.
Yeah.
And then I guess it wasn't really for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I transitioned to indie pop.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had like influences from Two Door Cinema Club,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the 1975
Yes.
Churches, Passion
Mhm.
Pit, and all that. So that
Mhm.
we kind of have that sound in a way. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that. It's a very mix. It's like a mix of different bands who are really, really talented too. But I was
yes.
wondering, like, what made you say that the kind of like hardcore wasn't your thing talaga, and really made you transition into like indie pop?
Well, since I was growing up, I was finding for something else that would excite me. So I guess that scene didn't really excite me as much as
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still great music, but I
Yeah.
guess it wasn't really for me.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with music, diba? It's a lot of self-expression. So
Yes.
if you feel like a certain sound doesn't fit you as a person, then maybe
Yeah.
there's something out there pa nga for you. But you also kind of transitioned your music now because you were in a band, and now your music is kind of a little bit more hip hop, I would
Yeah.
say. So how did you decide naman na you wanted to venture into kind of the hip hop genre?
So like ever since I was in Caffeine and Tureen, I was in a band
Mm-hmm.
called Caffeine and Tureen. I was the one who's producing our stuff. I was
Mm-hmm.
doing all the recording. So I've had time to experiment with the sound that we would like to have. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been producing our stuff. So I tried making my own side projects,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with it, and I tried going along with it, and
Mm-hmm.
it became my main thing.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
cool because you didn't really set it out to be your main thing, but throughout the process, it kind of just like became your main thing, which is
yeah.
really cool. But now I'm also curious. You mentioned some of your influences, like the 1975 and churches a while ago, but as like no brand, who would you say are your influences for this kind of music that you create now?
Well, until now, I've been uh, like from my experiences, that's
Mhm.
kind of my bank of influences.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
I,
yeah.
so yeah, so I've mixed my sound with electronic stuff like from
Mhm.
my indie pop days, my
Yeah.
electronic days, and
Mhm.
I kind of mixed it with the hip hop urban sound. Like I've been listening to Amine, to Chance the
Mhm.
Rapper, to Cudi,
Yes. Mhm.
Kanye, and all that. You know,
Mhm.
like the main stuff in the hip hop
Yeah.
scene. So,
Yeah.
yun.
But I really like the artists that you mentioned. They have a very distinct sound also. Like
Yeah.
Sana Chance, Cudi, also Kanye. They all kind of carve their own place in hip hop, which is
Yes.
really cool. So I also am really curious about your name because your real name is Brandon, but your name for your project is No Brand. So where did you get that kind of name?
So Nobrvnd is an anagram from my name, Brandon.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Oo nga
Yeah.
naman.
And
Yeah.
like with my music, I like it to be ever changing. I don't want to be stagnant. I want to have my unbranded style
Yeah,
of
yeah.
music. So that's
Mhm.
why I came up with that name, No Brand.
Yeah, but I
So I
love it
want it
kasi
to be ever
mhm.
changing.
Yeah, and I really love how you mentioned this whole like unbranded kind of style, especially nowadays, diba, when it comes to genre. Feeling ko genre is so fluid nowadays. You can't
Yes,
really
exactly.
pinpoint genres
Mhm.
anymore, which I think is a great thing, and it opens up a lot of doors for artists like yourself who like to kind of mix a lot of things together. But if you were to describe your own music style, what would you describe it as?
Well, maybe like melodic rap in a way,
Mm.
and
Wow.
with some electronic influences.
Mhm. Ooh, guys, melodic rap with some electronic influences. Now you kind of have a picture of the music that No Brand makes, but you've
Well,
also
also I
been.
would like
Mhm,
to add some stuff
mhm.
like maybe orchestra too and gospel. If you could, yeah,
Yeah,
there
which
you
I think really I know your branding. I mean, ironically, their branding is no brand. But I super get what you mean. That you have a lot of influences from a lot of different artists and a lot of different genres, which is a great thing because it helps you express yourself even more as an artist. But you've done a lot of stuff in music, like you've had bands, and now you're doing this project. But what would you say was your biggest learning about yourself throughout this journey in creating music?
Well, um, before I used to just like what I only like, so I don't care about
Mm.
what people would tell me that it
Oh,
sounds trash or something. But
yeah.
now I've been conscious of what the people like and what I like, so I
Mhm.
kind of compromise with that, and then
Mm-mm.
turn something and make something that we would both relate to.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So it
cool.
used
That's
to
a
be like
hard.
a one-way thing.
Yeah, and that's a hard
Yeah.
thing to practice, diba? Kasi most of the time, people like to do what they want to do talaga eh, and kind of like not really listen to a lot of other stuff. But it's cool that you're able to find a way to really bring the two together. But now let's talk about your music, of course. So you also recently released a song called Sinayang featuring Chelly. So could you tell us
Yeah.
more about this song and like how this collaboration came about?
So this song is kind of like a prequel from my previous release called Back It. So
Mm-hmm.
it was inspired from that.
Mhm.
And then we turned the song into something more happy and melodic than
Yeah.
the previous song.
Mhm.
So kahit na malungkot yung lyrics in a way, masaya naman yung tunog. So
Yeah.
yun. So parang oxymoron in a way.
Yeah, medyo ironic 'no,
Yeah.
parang it's different from the meaning talaga, the sound. But can you tell us more about what the song is actually about?
Well, it's about like wasted chances,
Mm-hmm.
wasted relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
is this something that you can personally relate to naman? Like, was it inspired by like a personal experience that you had?
Yeah, before siguro, parang kasi I like to do storytelling, like not
Mm-hmm.
really from my life itself.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine things. I like to create new things na mas
Mm-hmm.
exciting.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
that's
yeah.
cool. I mean, songwriting is like it's a hard talent to really hone. It's a hard craft to hone. But how did you actually start your talent in songwriting?
I used to suck at songwriting.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, since experience lang talaga, like
Mm-hmm.
listening to songs, um, looking at the structure of how they would make it sound good, relatable, and also an earworm to people na pag pinakinggan, matatandaan agad. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I study. That's what I'm studying right now and before. So it's still a
Mhm.
continuous thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always something new to learn, no? I
Yes.
feel like. But you did mention that, you weren't as confident with your songwriting before, but do you
Yeah.
remember the first ever song that you wrote?
Yeah, it's somewhere floating around the interweb. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't have access to it anymore. I mean,
oh
like the
wow.
song is publicly there,
Yeah.
pero I don't have access to the account itself, so I can take it down.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
it's really
maybe,
out there.
yeah.
Oh. Oh my gosh. So can you tell us what it's about? Like, can you tell us, you don't have to name it if you don't want to, but you can. But can you tell us what it's actually about?
Well, it's about like puppy love stuff, like high school stuff. Like when you're
Oh,
in love, you would write stupid stuff,
yeah. Yeah,
stupid
that's
songs.
that's actually pretty common na parang the first song that people write is about like a crush they had or
Yeah.
some puppy love thing they experienced in high school. But it's really cool. So guys, if you can find this song, let us
No,
know.
don't.
Kung mahanap ninyo yung song na to, the first song Nobrvnd ever wrote, hanapin nyo guys. You got
Wag
this.
na.
I believe in you. I believe in you. But speaking of songs, let's talk about your song that you're going to be releasing this week, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, right? If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken. And it's
tomorrow.
called The Da. So could you tell us more about this song? I saw the teasers on your Instagram. So could you tell us more about it and like what inspired it?
Yeah, I'm very excited to release this song. So
Mhm.
sobrang hard work yung nilagay namin
Oh,
dito.
really?
Matagal na tong na-record pero we re-record it
Mm-hmm.
into yeah, to make it sound better and naggawa kami ng tweaks sa kanta but now it's really 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 good. For me it's
Yeah.
really really good. It's like it's kind of my baby now. So
Yeah.
ayun and also the music video if
Mhm.
you guys could wait it's gonna come out this Saturday then.
Wow.
Yeah, this Saturday. We've worked hard so much on
Mhm.
this project, and I hope
Mhm.
you guys like this one. It's
Ooh.
inspired by my influences like sila
Mhm.
Kanye,
Mm.
sila Jams, like yung
Mm.
mga energetic dun sa yung energy ng songs nila. Dun ko
Yeah.
parang chinanel ko yung ganong klaseng vibe. So yeah.
Wow. I can see you're really excited about it nga because I feel like you worked really hard at it. So could you tell us more about the process and how it was like actually creating the song? Especially because you said that you worked really, really hard on this. It's been a long time since you actually wrote it. So what are the things that you actually did for this song and what can we expect coming from it?
So basically, it's like kind of gospel trap
Mm.
uh in a track. So
Yeah.
like it's very vocal heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yun nga, banger. Kaya mo
It's a
banger,
banger.
pero it's
Oh.
banger for me.
Yeah.
So, I have to hype myself up.
Yes, that's true. If you don't
Yeah.
hype yourself up, no one else will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to do it. Tama yan. Pati ako na-hype now that you're hyping yourself
Yeah, you
up.
should go check it out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm getting hyped for this release as well. So were there any new things that you did for this track that you're actually really, really excited about?
Like the new thing?
Yeah, like a new thing that you tried out. Like maybe it could be like
Oh,
a sound or an
um,
instrument.
I used to not put in any other additional vocals, pero I've asked help from friends na makuha yung ano nila, yung I mean mag-record sila for this
Mm,
song, sa song
yeah.
ko. So yeah,
Mhm.
may parang choir doon, and
Gets
then
ko na.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I bet they're gonna sound like a choir. Because you mentioned nga like gospel and yung mga, di
Yeah.
ba yung mga kanta ni Kanye and Chance, they're very gospel-y and there's a lot of like, not singers, there's a lot of like extra vocals
Yes,
in the
ganun na
song.
ganun.
Yeah, to
Yes.
make it feel very powerful. So pati ako na-hype na hearing you talk about it. And also the music video. So I'm wondering, yung mga teasers ba na you shared on your profile, is that part of the music video? Yung parang
Yes.
nakaka-onesie ka and
Yes. I'm
all.
very excited
Yeah.
about it
So can you
kasi
tell us? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, it's very inspired with childish things like
Mm-hmm.
yung outfits. It's inspired siya kay Chucky, inspired siya
Yeah.
sa Stranger Things. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm just paying homage to the things I grew up with.
Yeah.
And yung style na pag-shoot namin dito,
Mm.
which I envisioned na parang commercial-like yung feel nung set.
It
So
does
yeah,
feel commercial, like yung parang teaser na even just from that, I get what you mean na parang commercial like. I
yeah,
feel
well
like
lit siya, like
yeah,
hype.
parang fluorescent light, yung parang ganon. I know, medyo
Yeah.
random, but I get what you're totally going for. So excited na kami to see this. So Dada is coming tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
And the music video on Saturday. So that's really, really exciting. So guys, make sure to check that out. But since we do have a new year upon us and we have a lot to look forward from you, look forward to from you, we want to know who are the artists that you want to collaborate with, especially now with anything is possible on the internet. Kahit ano, pwede na talaga. Who are the artists that you want to work with in the future?
Well, I'd like to really work with Gray from
Mhm.
South Korea.
I love Gray. Sorry.
Yeah, he's so good. I swear.
He's so
Yeah,
cool. Ang cool niya.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Wow,
love
I love
him.
that.
So I
Yeah.
wanna, if ever I was given a chance, I would just take it. I would grab
Mhm.
it.
Yes, go. I'm rooting for you. Nagulat nga ako you said Gray. I thought you were talking of a different Gray because the only Gray that I know also is from South Korea. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
cool. I respect
So
that.
yung music video na na ginawa ko, I mean
Mhm.
ginawa with Runt. I
Mhm.
collaborated with this production team na
Mhm.
I directed this music video into making. I told them that I wanted to make it look like it's a commercial
Yeah.
type of video and
Mhm.
inspired din siya sa mga Korean music videos. If you could see na magaganda yung set design nila and all
Yeah.
that. So ayun.
Oh, so there's like an aesthetic kind of part into it. Is that yeah.
Yes.
So as an artist, 'di ba? Because as an artist nowadays especially it's so important to pay attention din sa mga visuals, 'di ba, that you put out there. So I feel like sobrang hands-on mo with the visuals also that you have for your music. So how important is it for you nga na you have these visuals to go along with your music?
Well, it's very important for me kasi unang-una, it's going to be the face of my songs. It's
Mhm.
going to be the face of my music. So ayun, I'd like to show them how my song would really feel and look like.
Mhm.
And like I said na no brand, maybe today I'd like it to be happy. Maybe bukas gagawa ko ng gothic looking music
Yeah.
video, whatever.
Oh.
So, ganun ka-importante sa akin yung visual aesthetic ng songs.
Yeah, feeling ko very open-ended nga nung Nobrvnd. So that's a good thing for you kasi pwede kang mag-explore talaga, 'di ba? With your style. Kind of like the 1975 how they've evolved a lot over the years.
Yeah, grabe
'Di ba?
yun.
Every album nila
Drastic
parang
change.
iba yung face nila in their even their music and their aesthetic and their visual. And they're one of the artists nga na sobrang ano sa visuals. So it's really really important I think for visuals to have to give importance to visuals. But I'm also curious now how close is your project like Nobrvnd, yung persona ng Nobrvnd to Brandon like you as a person? Like is there a divide between the two or is it kind of the same?
Well, yeah, there's the art and the artist. So, yun nga, may divide talaga na kung sino ako and yung artistry, ayan, alter ego. No, yeah, so alter ego ko siya talaga.
Yeah. So what would you say parang yung how do you balance it naman na parang kasi 'di ba with your music it still kind of has to have you in it but not your whole persona or your whole person. So paano mo ba siya na-divide?
Yeah, like I told you, Nobrvnd gets inspiration from my daily life, and instead of like just putting everything na yun na talaga yung kwento, I would put something na ibang kwento or inspiration sa movies and all that. So it would make into something. It would make into a new story, hindi lang yung buhay ko.
Yeah. Which I think is cool. Like as Nobrvnd, I can see how a lot of your influences in music, but also visually in like movies and other artists are really parang brought to life through your music and lahat ng ginagawa mo with Nobrvnd. So I'm really excited, especially for your newest single coming out tomorrow. But aside from that, what else can we expect coming from you, especially this year? You mentioned you want to come out with a full body of work. So have you actually like progressed in that direction?
Yes, we're making progress right now. So maybe soon I'm gonna reveal what I'm working on. Pero yun, super exciting ng project na to.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, we have a lot to look forward to coming from Nobrvnd, guys. But before I let you go, Brandon, do you have a message to everyone? Everyone who's been supporting you and everyone who's been listening to your music.
Well, I'd like to thank them for supporting me for whatever I'm doing and still listening to me till now. So yan, sobrang grateful lang talaga ako. And yeah, I'd like to shout out to my friends who's always been there from my highs and the lows. Sila Nat, Chingy, and Joshi. You guys are the best. Yeah.
Cute. Your day ones.
Yeah, day ones, exactly.
Yes. So shout out to all the day ones out there, guys. So thank you so much, Brandon, for joining me, or Nobrvnd for joining me today. It was nice getting to talk to you about your influences, your music, and everything in between. And thank you then to everyone who tuned into this MYXclusive interview. Guys, make sure to check out Nobrvnd's newest single coming tomorrow entitled Dada. And the music video is coming out on Saturday. And make sure to follow him on his official social media so that you guys can keep updated on all of his ganap in life. So once again, thank you so much, Nobrvnd, for joining me today.
Thanks, Sam. I'm also a fan of yours.
I'm shy. Wait lang. Nahihiya ako, guys. Wow, joke lang. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brandon. And thank you to everyone as well. Once again, this has been BJ Sam with 2M's. We will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.